Yeah, welcome everyone. My name is Eddie Inyang, and I'd like to welcome you to our webinar on how to grow your business with social media. And you might receive an email about our beta program, so that's what we're going to talk about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And So a little bit about me. My name is Dr. Eddie Inyang. In addition to be a partner with Sigma Social, which is a division of Sigma Digital, I also teach social media marketing and marketing at a local college, and I also help a lot of businesses with social and digital marketing strategies. So a little bit about my background. So let's talk about what we're going to talk about in today's training. So in today's training, we're going to talk about how to use social media for marketing your business. And then we'll talk a little bit about our beta program. And we'll talk about some new trends in social media that's going to allow you to get new customers. And then next, we're going to talk about our unique approach to social media content, which we call the social media recipe. So we'll talk about how our social media recipe can really help you get engagement with prospective clients as well as current clients, which will help grow your audience, which, as you know, is a key to really growing your business by getting new customers on your social media channels. And then next, we'll talk about how to leverage your followers, your viewers, and people engage with you on social media to really grow your brand online, which is really the key to growing your customer base. Okay, so let's talk about social media in general. So I'm sure if you're watching this seminar, you may already have some social media channels like a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and a YouTube channel, or some other social media channels like LinkedIn and so on. So a lot of businesses survey was done and to find out what are some of the challenges that businesses are having when it comes to social media. And some of the challenges are just some of the leading issues that was found out from that survey. And one of them that stands out is being able to generate high quality leads. Now, as you may know, leads are really key to getting new customers, because before someone has to be a customer, they must already express an interest in your product and service. And they become a lead where they either call your business inquire, or they send fill out a contact form or go to your social media site. So the next is a challenge that business have is kind of gaining new followers and growing their base, because that's what a lot of the social media networks look at. And then another challenge is increasing engagement with posts, how to get people to engage with your content that you're posting in your channels. And particularly for small and medium-sized business, some two other top challenges are posting content consistently, which is another issue, is finding the time, taking the time out of your busy schedule to create content if you don't have a full-time person there. So as you may know, hiring a full-time social media person can be very expensive. A recent report out of Glassdoor found out the average starting salary is about $63,000 a year to hire a full-time social media person. So it can be quite expensive if you're a small to medium-sized business to have that funds in your budget to hire a dedicated person for social media. So because of that, most small and medium-sized businesses are not able to post content on a consistent basis or create content. So we're going to talk about how this beta can help you, this beta program that will offer to help you solve these issues that we just listed here. So a lot of business owners feel overwhelmed with social media, right? Because it's very time consuming and they don't know where to start, or they don't really see any results from their efforts, right? And then many struggle to find an easy way to get ahead of the competition. How can you compete effectively online, where a lot of the marketing is going, right? A lot of marketing is going towards digital channels. And if you're not able to compete effectively, then you find it difficult to stay ahead of your competition. And another issue faced with small businesses is they don't really have the budget for advertising and branding that some of the big companies that spend hundreds of millions of dollars on social, on traditional media. And this beta also is going to help you address some of these issues that is being faced by small business owners. So social media was really designed as a new way to reach, for businesses to reach new clients and help them stay top of mind. So when we talk about in marketing, top of mind is that we use this terminology called in the market, which is the idea that not everyone is going to be in the market for your particular product or service at a particular time. But top of mind being that when a person does happen to need your service, either now or in the future, that your business will be the first person that they call when they have a need for your type of product or service. So that's why it's so important to stay top of mind. And social media is really designed for that. But they've been told that a lot of business owners are frustrated because they've been told to invest time, money, and resources into social media. So what happens is a lot of businesses who don't have, as I mentioned before, a full-time person because of budgetary constraints dedicated to social media will do it on their own. So, right, so they'll post. So typically what happens is they'll try to create some posts, create some content. But what typically happens in a lot of small businesses is they create these posts and they don't really see the results. So they post month one, and gradually their posting number of posts start to decline, as shown in this example. So by the time after a couple of months, many business owners just get frustrated and just give up and start posting consistently. And one of the main reasons, because it takes time, right? It takes time if you're busy running a business. You really don't have time to create the content or find content to post. Very time consuming. You have to learn about the process. It's a learning curve involved. And then you really have to look at your results, analyzing your efforts. Are they effective? So because of this time consuming nature of social media, a lot of small businesses are not able to do it very effectively on their own. And the challenge is that to do it effectively, you'd have to hire someone. But as I mentioned earlier, there's a cost involved, which can be significant. So, but we're going to talk about a way to eliminate that cost and how you can be in a better position to take advantage of social media. But before we do that, let's look at some of the new trends in consumer marketing behavior that can kind of help your business. So as I'm going to go through these trends briefly, I want you to think of one overall thought that comes to your mind to see how these trends may be able to help you in your business. So we look at some overall trends in the marketplace, and one of them is that social media is a great way to kind of communicate your service experience, communicate your brand, what it's all about, what your business is all about. And a lot of businesses have found that social media is an effective tool to increase brand engagement and win over new customers, right? So that's one trend that has emerged in the last couple of years. And then another trend that has emerged is that visual content, video, images is a lot more likely to go viral, to be shared on social media than other type of text-based content. So image type content, video type content is really key to kind of creating that engagement, but not just having any image or any videos. It has to be meet certain criteria, which we'll talk about shortly. So create visually engaging content to show your offers, products, and services, and helps build your reputation with your potential clients. So some other trends we looked at are that businesses that offer contests on social media get up to 10 times more engagement. So if you're not really getting engagement, in other words, people sharing, following, tagging, commenting on your content, one way to do that is to kind of make it is what is called in marketing gamification. You can add a gaming type contest type element. It's been shown that it allows to increase your brand engagement and also build up your brand awareness. Another way is that businesses that offer prizes for trivia contests increase their reach 70% faster than businesses who don't. So another great trend we looked at is that one way to grow your followers on your social media channels and gain new customers to offer some kind of contest, some type of competition. So people like the ability to win something, so that always creates a buzz and engagement. So we can see from this slide here that social media has really grown in usage across all demographic age groups, right? From millennials, Gen X, baby boomers, all across the board. There's been a significant increase in the use of social medias across all age categories. So which basically means is that regardless of your product or service type, your customers are on social media right now. But the key is how do you get and how do you engage them so that they become potential customers, which we are discussing. So as we looked at some of these trends, may look at some ideas may emerge and give you some takeaway from these trends that we've discussed so far. So the next question is, how many social network does a brand or business need to pay attention to? So in a nutshell, it's basically all of them, right? Because each social media site becomes a digital storefront for every business. And actually, surveys have shown that social media channels, pages, if used effectively, become just as important, if not more important, than your website. So traditionally, with just your website, but now having your social channels can become a tremendous source of acquiring new clients and becomes just as important as your website as a tool for customer acquisition. So there's, of course, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and the Google network. Of course, there are many others, but these are just some of the top ones. So let's talk a little bit further about how you can kind of use these social channels to create engagement. So as we discussed earlier, we talked about how all the demographic groups are on social media. And so what that means is that every client you could ever want and every customer you could ever want is right on social media right now. But for social media to increase sales and get results, it has to be what we call a top of mind strategy. Right? As I mentioned earlier, we talked about in the market, not all customers are going to be interested in your product at a particular time. Right. So the whole idea of advertising, branding, marketing is all top of mind strategy. In other words, when a person is in need of your type of product or service, they will let someone know, they'll refer someone, or they would buy it in the future. Right. So it has to be a top of mind strategy. So the next question is, how do you create that top of mind strategy? But before we go into talk about how do you create that top of mind strategy, we're going to talk about why do small businesses typically don't do as well when marketing their businesses on social media. So there are the myriad of reasons, right, that go beyond what's listed here. But generally speaking, they can fall into these categories listed. So a lot of businesses don't really have a social media plan in place. They don't have a strategy or a plan to attract the clients. They don't post engaging content, so they just share any type of content that's not engaging. We'll define engaging shortly. They post only occasionally. So the key that social media networks look at, how the algorithms reward you, is consistency. So if you're posting occasionally and not consistently, then that is going to definitely affect your ability to grow and engage with potential clients. So no social media systems in place, right? So they're doing it on an ad hoc basis with no systems in place. And some businesses really don't know the right audience. They're not really targeting or know who they're trying to attract in the first place. And another issue is some businesses only post commercial message, which means anything that is like a discount coupon, trying to get someone to buy your stuff. In social media, that's a big no-no. If you're only posting commercial messages, you're doing social media wrong. And we'll talk about the correct strategy shortly. So as we kind of talked about earlier, we mentioned that the key is consistency, right? All the social networks reward consistently. So what do we mean by reward is, so these are just some of the recommended rule of thumb. You can go above, I wouldn't say go below, but generally at or above these levels is recommended. So for Twitter, 4 times a day, for Facebook, twice a day, LinkedIn, at least once a day, Instagram, 3 times a day. So the idea is on average, you should post at least twice per day. And we have this saying which says, post twice a day or customers won't come your way. Right. But as mentioned before, it's not just any type of content, which we're going to show you the correct content strategy shortly. And the reason is not every follower is going to see your post, right? Only a small fraction of potential clients are going to see your post at any particular times, right? So if you post more, you increase the percentage of your followers that will see your posts. And as we mentioned earlier, social networks promote consistency, right? So if you're doing it consistently, they're more likely to give you what's called organic reach. In other words, more people who will see your post than not because you're doing it on a consistent basis. And then the survey was also asked them, okay, to kind of develop what kind of content, what brands, so brands is another word for a business, right? So it could be small, large, whether you're a small business or large business, you're a brand. So what can brands do on social media to get people to purchase, right? So from these service results is being responsive will encourage them to buy. So we're going to talk about responsiveness and how that can help you, right? And we have some different solutions for that, which we'll discuss. So offering promotions, of course, is part of it, but not just the only thing involved. Providing educational content, 27% says providing behind the scene content, and 27% said being funny. So you can see these are a lot of different areas that is suggested that brands should engage in on social media in order to encourage the likelihood that someone's going to make a purchase or come to a store. So you can see it's not just any one thing, it's a combination of factors that makes for an effective social media marketing strategy. So the bottom line is that it's a top of mind strategy that helps you stay top of mind with your potential audience. So based on this, we developed what we call the social media content recipe. So it's a way to create content that kind of hits all the right notes and kind of is engaging at the same time and is focused on bringing value to the viewer, right? So by doing this in a strategic way, you're able to kind of create that engagement and with your potential customers that once they become followers and they continue to engage with your brand, they will eventually become customers. The procedure, of course, will vary depending on the industry and product or service type, but it's a general process that works well across all industry categories. So let's talk about our content recipe. What does it entail? So first we have the R in the recipe, which is what we call recreational type content. So that's one piece of the content recipe that you need to have in your content mix. So funny jokes, throwback holidays, this type of content. Like this is an example shown here, joke of the day. So these kind of recreational type content, here's another example. It becomes very engaging. And the next content type we have is educational. Now this educational content will vary depending on the industry, right? So fact, trivia, trends and research, tip and trick case studies that are industry specific. So we have something here from a veterinary hospital. All right, so anything that's industry related, informative, facts based, that is relevant to a particular industry. So those will vary depending on the business you're in. And the next type of content that we see that it's relevant is a conversational content, right? So this is designed to kind of stimulate conversation among your potential audience and your existing customer base. So these things where you can take survey polls, fill in the blank, this versus that, ask advice or question. So conversational content, it becomes an important part of your content strategy. All right, so here's some examples that we've posted in the presentation. And the next is the piece of your content puzzle is your inspirational content. So inspirational stories, if they're industry specific, even better, quotes before and after. Let's say someone went in, if you're a dentist, someone went in with teeth that needed cleaning, or then after, so before and after, or if you're a home remodeler, pictures that looked at before and after, or client success, inspiring images. So this is what we call inspirational type content. So so you can see so far, all of the content types we posted have nothing to do with selling your product or services, right? So all these are designed to generate engagement first. So we list a lot of content categories that are not commercial in nature. And the next piece of the content is a promotional. So now this is where you promote your business with discount and offers, or you can have live events or customer reviews or webinar invitations. So promotional type content that you post on your social media channels. And then finally, the E in your is your entrepreneurial content. So these are things like behind the scenes, a little bit about the company background, to kind of give you guys people a little bit insider look, to kind of give you humanize your brand, humanize your organization. So that's one of the goals of the entrepreneurial type content. So this can see makes up our recipe. So if you follow this type of a content strategy, it'll make your content more engaging. And as we know, engaging with potential audience is going to attract more people to your channels. And in turn, and the more you attract followers, the more you're going to be able to convert some of those followers into paying customers. So can you see how this recipe strategy may be different from what you're currently doing, and how this can be a lot more effective approach to attracting an audience, right? Because first you want to attract people who may be interested in your product and services, which is to get them to follow you. So that's the first step. Then once you get them to follow, you want to get them to engage, right? And then once you have these different types of content, you can create that engagement. And then finally, a certain percentage of those followers are going to become paying customers, right? So this is what we call a recipe content strategy. We found that over working with many businesses that have been very effective approach to getting clients. So the idea is simple. We wanted to make social media effective. We wanted to make a lot of businesses start being consistent with their posting. We wanted to help businesses engage and convert more customers online. And so that's why we created this beta program to help you do what only big companies can do, because all your customers right now on social, as we kind of indicated, and it's a very an effective approach. It has some downside if you try to do it on your own, but if it's done correctly, it can become a very important channel to engaging with existing customers as well as attracting new customers. So let's talk about some of the other things we offer. So we offer the content strategy, which we just talked about. And remember, we talked about one of the key things that consumers, of course, they're looking for promotion, discount, and deals online. So we have a strategy which we allow you to create social offers, what we call the social offer funnel, which is has been helping businesses like yours get incredible results. So for example, this is a post from like a dentist, and you have what's called an offer widget, which you can create that engagement as part of your promotional post, offer some kind of special offers, whatever offer you wanted to give to your potential clients. And we have a unique offer page that works similar to, if you're familiar with Groupon, kind of a discount coupon. If a certain number of people participate, they get a certain discount. So whatever discount you want to offer has been very effective in attracting a lot of people to redeem these offers. So we have a social offer funnel, which is very effective to getting customers to make a purchase with your company. And then next, we also talked about in the trends that in growing your social media audience, in other words, attracting people, is that if you offer contests, that can be encourage a lot of sharing, commenting, which can attract even more people to your channels, right? So what we do is we've partnered with the leading travel incentive company, and we give all of our customers 100 hotel vouchers every month to use on social media, right? So these vouchers can be a restaurant, for example, gets $100 off 1,000 participating restaurant, or it could be a two-night hotel stay. And these are typically 3-star hotel chains, kind of like your Holiday Inn Express, those type of hotel chains, and offer that as an incentive. So for example, you could say, hey, we're going to have this 2-night hotel stay, and if you share this post or follow us or tag us, and you can get a chance to win. So that's going to create a lot of engagement on your social channels, which is going to give you a lot of exposure and attract even more people. And the best thing is that we give you these vouchers at no cost, so that you can allow them, offer them to potential clients as a way to kind of create that engagement. So we have the social contents offer incentive, and then these can also go to your offer page, which can kind of encourage redemptions as well as a way to increase sales for your business. So I kind of gave a brief description of our strategy. So we talk about our social media offer funnel, we talk about our social media content recipe, and then we also talk about our incentives that we offer to you that you can give to potential people to follow and engage with you. So we have this one-time special offer that we're opening up to help get business like yours to convert more of your followers into buyers. So as we mentioned, we talk about a two-step process. First, build an audience, attract an audience, convert them to followers once they start following your channel, right? So you want to increase the number of followers across your channels. And then as you increase the number of followers, you continue to engage with them. And as you engage with them, using some of the strategies such as the contest, the social offers, you're going to convert a portion of those followers into paying customers. So as we kind of mentioned, for these type of funnels, they go beyond simple just posting content. You have many companies out there, Hootsuite, Sprout Social, that just do social posting, social scheduling. So you can see we go a lot way beyond what is offered by competitive offerings, which cost significantly a lot more money. So we're going to cover most of the costs and develop a step-by-step social lead funnel for your business that's designed to attract followers, and then you're going to convert those followers into buyers. So in return is all we ask is for your feedback in how this funnel is helping you bring in new customers. Okay, so for this beta program, like I said, it's something we're just developing, and it's fairly new. And we are just going to offer it to limited spots of companies. So and then once we roll it out, then it'll be at a much higher price point. But as we mentioned before, we have the option where you can get everything for free. But let me tell you about what's entailed in our beta program. So we called it our social media domination package. So regularly, just for posting this, similar to what a Hootsuite does, what a Sprout Social does, or what an Agora posts, or any of the social media software out there that you may be familiar with. So typically these cost about $99 a month. And then you also have the content, right? As I mentioned, Hootsuite and so on don't provide content. They just give you the software to schedule your posts. But other companies out there like Life, Digital, some other can charge you to create the content. So you could pay about $695, almost $700 a month or more, up to $1,100 a month or more for the content creation. And we also include social media syndication. Then we also have, remember, we talk about the social media offer funnels, which is something that's not offered with Hootsuite and some of the other competitors. And typically that costs about $49 a month. And then we have a third option, which is the monthly hotel restaurant vouchers. So typically this, we charge $300 a month to give you 100 vouchers per month. But we're going to show you how you can get that for free. And of course, we have a coupon redemption system, which typically we are planning on charge once we roll this out broad and go beyond the beta. It'll be offered at $49 a month. So you can see the grand total is almost $1,200 a month. But with our special offer, the special beta program that we're offering, we have typically a 92% off, which is only $99 per month. So you get the social media posting software, the content creation, the social offer, the monthly hotel restaurant vouchers, and the coupon redemption system, which our standard price would be about $1,200 a month. But we have an offer right now at $99 a month, which is our special beta program. But we want to kind of go even a step further, right? As you might have seen in the invitation received to this webinar, is we have an option where you can pay $0 per month, right? Which is unheard of. No company in social media is currently offering that. Even at $99 a month, you still see it's a great value. Even at that $99, I can guarantee you can't find another company that's going to offer what we offer at $99 a month. But now let me tell you, for those who are interested in the free option, which we kind of talked about in the beginning of this webinar, as well as you probably may have been told about in your invitation to this webinar. So let's talk about how you can get everything for free to pay $0 a month. Not just $0 a month for 1 month or 2 months. It's zero forever. It's forever free. So as long as you can use the service for 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, as long as you want to use the service, it'll be free. You won't pay a dime. So let me tell you about our Forever Free program. So to get Sigma Social in our Forever Free program, we partner with the leading merchant service provider. So we wanted to find out ways, how can we believe we have a great offer for helping companies market their businesses on social media, but we want to see, okay, what can we do even make it even better? And what's better is free, of course, right? But free is always better. So what we did is we partner with the leading merchant service provider we work with. So they pay us when you enroll with them, and that allows us to give you Sigma Social for free. So what's a merchant service provider? They're the company handle your credit and debit card processing. So we work with a major company. They do $50 billion in processing per month, one of the leading processors. And typically, most processing companies charge about 3%. They can charge you significantly less than that, saving you money. And they also give you free equipment. And they even have the option to process at 0%, where instead of you paying, you can tack on a small fee and the customer pays the processing fee. It's up to you. Or you can get the lower fee. So it's going to be significantly less than what you're paying. They're going to give you a free tablet. Or if you don't want a tablet, you can get the traditional processing machine. So all you do, they'll pay. If you have any switchover fees, they'll handle that as well. So if you use them, you can get out instead of paying the $99 a month, which is already at a 92% off, which I think is still even a great deal. You can get it for $0 per month. So in summary, Beta Program gives you the benefit of social media marketing with all the major costs. So you can see we give you the benefits of content creation, software, offers, incentive, contests, all the things you need to build up your brand on social media. So to get started, all we need to do is kind of confirm your company name spelling, your phone number, your website URL, your branding colors, logo, admin to social sites, and a few items. And then you have the option to choose our free forever plan, which you sign up with our merchant services provider, who's the handlers. You have to switch to them for your credit debit card processing. They handle everything to get you switched over. Or if you don't want to do that, you can choose our discounted $99 a month plan, which is 92% off, whichever you prefer. So you can pay $0 a month, or you can pay $99 a month, whichever you prefer. So I'll go on. Thank you for your time for joining us in the social media marketing training. It's a little brief training. We also do ongoing training for existing customers. So at the end of this webinar, if you have basically three options. You can choose our Forever Free plan, and we'll implement the strategy for you and help you get more customers with social media. And we'll show you how to sign up for that. Or you may choose not to sign up. We'll give you one of the 2-night free hotel vouchers that we typically offer our clients anyway, so you can see how you can redeem it yourself. And then option 3 is you can sign up for a discounted $99 a month plan, which will implement it for you and just pay $99 a month. So whether you want the Forever Free with MSP sign up, or if you're not interested at all, we can give you the incentive for attending the webinar, or you can choose our $99 a month plan, whichever works for you. So thanks again for attending our webinar. So next steps are you see a button to choose one of the sign up options you prefer, or you can go to sigmasocial.one/sign up to sign up. So thank you for your time. If you have any other questions, just type in the chat box. You can, or the chat box is closed at the end. Once you click on the sign up, you have an option to also send us any questions you may have, and they will respond in a timely fashion. Thanks again for your time. Goodbye.